many times in the last few years that Ticat fans have been able to cheer a winner. They can this year. Here's Chris Wright. Looked like he should have been stopped about 12 yards before, but he's finally surrounded by Tiger Cats. Jared Smith making the stop. Enter Anthony Calvillo. Last week good on 3 of 7 for 34 yards. He tossed a couple of interceptions. That's what he's done thus far in relief of Tracy Ham in '98. 6 interceptions compared with 2 touchdowns. He's an ex-Ticat, and he should get a pretty good round here.
Yeah, he's very capable. I mean, he didn't have a good year last year, but in fairness to him, he was sacked a bunch. It was like target practice on Anthony Calvillo last year. He's learned a lot playing behind Ham for half a season. See how he does this afternoon.
Mike Pringle gets a couple. Interesting to note, Suits, this Tiger Cat offensive line coming into this game today has allowed 11 sacks. After 11 games last year, the Tiger Cat offensive line had allowed 35.
Yeah.
So they've done some things up front that have improved things, and Calvillo would likely be even a healthier quarterback at this stage of his career had he been standing behind this line than the one he stood behind a year ago.
A lot of ice packs last year for Calvillo, no question.
On second down, Calvillo really has to put it up. He has Armstrong, and they call it a catch.
Well, a nice catch, but you know, the injury to Mill Coleman also makes Jock Climby now have to play the whole game. Now, he's nicked as well, so we're going to see Armstrong become even more involved in the offense. He's got to be the go-to guy. Climby was playing hurt and could be played sparingly. But now with the injury to Coleman, Climby will be forced into full-time action.
There's a first down for the Alouettes right at midfield. Pringle gets the call again, and it's hard running inside against this Tiger Cat defensive line. With Cummins making the tackle there and Philbrick in the middle. Willie Whitehead playing his first game since returning from the NFL. And Joe Montford, that's not an easy group to run against by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, when you think of Joe Montford and what he's done this season, then you throw in Willie Whitehead, who had 13 sacks last year, was an All-Eastern All-Star. Pretty good off the corners, and then we talked about how solid they played in the middle with Cummins and Philbrick.
The game was 3. This is 2nd and 7. The heat's on Calvillo. He looked for Haskins and had to hurry the throw. Haskins was already on his knees trying to crawl to that football.
Well, Anthony Calvillo had to throw this from his back feet because he had tremendous pressure in his face. Mike Philbrick was right there untouched. He had to just toss it in there. Now, had Haskins not tripped on Gerald Vaughn, he would have had that ball. Vaughn slipped and fell, but when Haskins tried to jump over him, he tripped.
Al's gained a little bit on field position with the exchange. Baker averaging 51.7 so far today. Oh, Bridges and Haggins are back. This is Haggins bobbling in the end zone. He'll have to give up a point. Joe Haggins, number 15, gives one back to Montreal. The Ticats are comfortable for now.
Play Safeway's $1 million touchdown.
Night football from the stadium in Winnipeg. The Alouettes will be there. The Bombers will be looking for their second win one more time. They lost in Toronto yesterday. A long, long year in Winnipeg. Troy Kopp couldn't quite get it done, but they loved him in Winnipeg after that game the week before. Someone loaned him a brand new Grand Prix.
Well, it's an exciting day, and the Winnipeg fans have done a nice job supporting that team, even though they've struggled this year.
Kind of drop your voice when you say struggle.
Well,
it's trying to be kind, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's been a long season in Winnipeg, but the fans have still been supporting the football team, which is nice to see.
What's longer than long? Like eternity.
Longer than a Winnipeg winter.
Yeah. And I know about that. I spent a little time there.
Yeah.
3:56 to go, third quarter. Ticats have the ball back beginning at the 35 after giving up a single. They have a 12-point lead. McManus pitches to Ronald Williams. Broke one tackle. Nice run for Williams. Only about 6 yards, but it was tough yardage inside. Stephon Reed, one of the tacklers in there. Solid season with 47 tackles and 3 sacks coming into the season. Or coming on the season, coming into this game.
Well, Ron Williams back in the lineup again. I mean, Jarrett Smith had to play that position when Williams was hurt. Did an admirable job, had 20 carries for 131 yards, but with Ron Williams and Archie Amerson, they get the good dual threat. Both can run the football, and of course, Ron Williams is not bad blocking either.
Led the league in touchdowns last year with 16 as a member of the Bombers. Here's the other back, Amerson. A couple of yards, but he'll be short of the first down. Tom Europe up from his safety spot to make the tackle. And the spot will be interesting.
They're going to be a long yard here. It will be a long yard. When you're in your end of the field, it becomes even a longer yard. "12-point lead for the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Alouettes with about 3 minutes to go until halftime at Ivor Wynne.
And they've loaded up the ambulance with an injured member of the Montreal Alouettes, Bill Coleman. Osbaldiston is set to kick from the 30-yard line. Chris Wright returning for Montreal. Tripped up and then pinned to the turf by Kyle Walters. 42 yards on the kick, not much on the return. Hall of Fame weekend in Hamilton. Dave Cutler is in after all those great years with the Edmonton Eskimos. The official induction ceremony yesterday. Now, Dave Cutler, that looked just like you, the boss, not that picture there. Here he is live. Sunglasses and all. Did you party last night with all those Eskimo rebel rousers?
It was absolutely awesome.
What time did you get to bed?
None of your business.
First and 10. Calvillo puts it up. He's got the target. It's Pringle. Chased down from behind and grabbed by Reggie Love. So Calvillo has the biggest play of the second half for the Montreal Alouettes. They move in a little closer to scoring territory on a 55-yarder.
Well, that's the play Calvillo needed to get some confidence, get Pringle on that wheel and down the sideline. And you know, when you're coming off the bench, give you confidence in a hurry when you can throw it. And you get pretty pumped up as the backup quarterback hook up on a big play like that early. That's not a bad player, huh, Dave?
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I know Dave Ritchie's just jumping all over the place down there. That's a 7-pounder for him.
They're like some of the plays from the Eskimos with Warren Moon throwing the ball your day.
First and 10 for the Alouettes, set up at the 15-yard line. They'd love to score here and really need to. Here's Pringle getting the call. He's got 6 anyway.
What's one of the greatest memories, Dave, from those years, the great years with Warren Moon and Kepley and the boys?
Well, I think Glenn, the greatest memory for me was the year we came back at the Grey Cup when we were down 20 points, and we just had the thing where, you know, we were a very good team, but people didn't realize how character tough we were, and to come back 20 points was just phenomenal.
2nd and 5, Montreal at the Ticat 10. Calvillo won't get it away. A loss of 5 yards. Wrapped up by Steinauer.
Steinauer comes on the blitz, but it was a coverage sack. Little help from the secondary in the back of the end zone because Calvillo really had no one to throw the football to. He's going to roll to his right. Mumford makes him stop right there, and then from the backside, Steinauer will corral him. But when he looked to the field, there was really no one open. Good job of coverage by Eric Carter.
Dave Cutler, do you think how many points you might have had if Suter had been holding for you back in those days?
Actually, I know Dave Ridgway. He's going to be getting a medal when he gets the gates of heaven.
Well, I don't know if I would have held for Dave Cutler, though, with that face mask he used to have, that single bar thing.
And he wore big shoes, Cutler. Remember that?
Yeah, the big toe punch thing.
That would have hurt.
It had a bag of all of its own when it came in the equipment bag.
7 times the scoring leader in the Canadian Football League, and we were kidding a little bit about a kicker getting into the Hall of Fame solely on those exploits. You guys have a reputation of being a little bit different.
Well, that's exactly what my therapist used to say, but that's, no, we had an unbelievable time with the Eskimos, and I think that for me and for Scotty, and I know you're going to talk to a little later, neither of us would even be here if it wasn't for those great teams and the great guys that were on those teams.
It was a great run for you, David, in Edmonton. I was there for part of it and enjoyed a whole bunch of great times with the teams you're talking about. Amerson had it for a moment and then dropped it. We're into the final couple of seconds here, and we'll wrap up with Dave Cutler. First of all, or at least lastly, congratulating you on your induction. We're all very happy for you.
Thank you very, very much, John. We enjoyed you when you were around Edmonton, and then you came back to the big city and run TSN now. I know you've told us that. It's just awesome having you around the league as well.
Dave, an emotional time for you with your family and everybody there last night at the dinner.
It was unbelievable, because I think anybody that's played, and I'm sure Glenn knows this very well, is that there's a lot of sacrifices families have to make to have people chase their dreams. And a lot of times families they don't spend the time that they'd like to spend. And it was great to have them share this with us.
And Dave, if a kicker was going to go in, it should be you, because you had the linebacker type mentality when you played the game. You're one of those guys that kick the ball off and then cover it.
That's only because I was getting lost, Glenn. That's all.
Well, listen, we've done a lot of speaking engagement. We did a speaking engagement together. Are you still doing a lot of that?
Actually, yeah, we live in Victoria now. The airfare kills them. But I still do quite a bit, and I really, really enjoy it. And it's great to get out there and talk CFL and talk good times that a lot of people sometimes have forgotten about what's happening in the CFL. I think the league's is just doing very, very well now, and I mean, you guys are no small part of its comeback.
Well, it's nice to see, isn't it? Because there was a time when this league has been struggling, and you were, of course, a part of the years when it was really prosperous, and it's nice to see that maybe it's turned the corner.
Oh, I think it definitely has, and it's like television sells the game, and it takes the guys on TV to sell it, so I think you guys have done very, very well.
Congratulations again, number 26.
Thank you very much, John. Thanks, Benny.
Great night last night.
Thanks.
Hamilton has the lead. It's three-quarter time, and Ivor win. And we'll be right back.
You're watching CFL Live, and we're at the quarter. Here's your host, James Duthie.
All right, welcome back. Well, everybody says Calgary has the best receiving core in the league. Well, I tell you what, the second best might just be Hamilton's secondary. They have better hands than an awful lot of the receivers in this league. Another huge pick by Eric Carter.
Big pick by Eric Carter, and it really couldn't happen at a better time, because you have to remember, at that point in the game, Montreal put together a 9-play drive, went in, got the field goal. They'd taken 6.5 minutes off the clock, and you look at Carter weaving his way, getting the great blocks from his defensive personnel. The number one statistic that jumps out at you in regard to the Hamilton Ticats is these guys have a grand total of 30 interceptions together. Steinhauer leads them with 8. Carter has another one at 5. Rob Hitchcock, free safety, 4. Derek Greer, 3. I mean, that's amazing. Anytime you have one facet of your football team doing well, another facet is doing well, and that is the pass rush. But I'll give you another one. The fact is that the Hamilton Ticats hold teams to 90 yards per game on the running game. There's a lot of 2nd and 10 opportunities. That's pressure on the quarterback. That's mistakes, Eric.
Well, Hamilton does have a great defense, but I'm impressed with Anthony Calvillo. I think he has this Alouette team on the move. And, as they head into the playoff season, I think one of the reasons Montreal is going to be optimistic is that they have 2 quarterbacks they can win with. You can say the same thing in Toronto. You can say the same thing in Edmonton. And you can certainly say the same thing in Calgary. And Hamilton, I think the key is to keep Danny McManus healthy. If he's healthy, they're a viable Grey Cup team. Without him, James, I think they could be in trouble.
All right, and by the way, Hamilton 9-1 when leading after 3 quarters of play. That one loss was opening day at Calgary. Fourth quarter action now. Let's send it back to John and Glenn in Hamilton.
And the bad news continues for the Montreal Alouettes. That's Tracy Ham heading to the visitors' dressing room here now. Injured a couple of plays ago after throwing an interception. And just as we ended the quarter, more bad news for the Owls here with a rough play call.
Well, Archie Amerson gets to the sideline. Tom Europe hits him first when he's on his way out of bounds, and then Hensey Charles there comes right in late, knocks him down. And
rough play against Charles, so they'll tack on a few against Montreal, and the Tiger Cats have pretty good field position to begin the fourth quarter with a 24-15 lead. First down at the 50-yard line of the Alouettes. McManus using the shotgun. Buys just the right amount of time, and Montreal goes up and makes a great catch. First of the day for Montreal, and it was a beauty.
Well, it was a huge catch because he goes up high to get it. And the receiver knows that when you have to extend yourself like that, you're exposing your ribs to a hit. Now, Douglas Kraft went and tried to play the ball, so he really didn't put the helmet in those ribs, but it takes a whole lot of courage to go up high like that and expose the rib cage. Morreale comes down with the football.
And he's having a career year. 44th catch on the season, over 700 yards. 22 on that play. McManus first down. Goes to the other side and finds Corey Bridges.
Well, this time Douglas Kraft says, I'm not playing the ball anymore. I mean, I just watched Morreale catch one in front of me with his ribs looking right at me. This time I'm playing right through the man, and Douglas Kraft runs right over Archie Amerson on the sideline. Or was that Corey Bridges?
That was Corey Bridges, number 6, in his second game as the
not 9.
Just flip them around
Flip
a little
them
bit.
around,
6,
yeah.
not a 9. Actually, he was upside down when you looked at him.
That's right.
So
he
you
got
were right.
hit. He was on his head there, yeah.
McManus stands in, and he has Flutie slanting in. He'll be short of a first down by about a yard.
You know, sometimes receivers don't have to do a whole lot in their patterns to get open. They really just have to create a target for themselves. And Doug Flutie is going to, or Darren Flutie, excuse me, is going to move to the inside and just make himself available. He sees the dead spot, and then that's a little target. Not a fancy pattern. He didn't have to make a whole lot of moves. He just had to find the dead spot in the zone.
Third down, a little better than a yard to go. And the Ticats smell blood, so they'll go for this one.
Yeah, big play right here. The Montreal Alouette defense.
13:30 to go, fourth quarter. Ticats have really been in control of this game from the outset. Montreal did come back to tie, but it was short-lived. How about this?
Oh, boy.
A little naked bootleg, and McManus goes down to the 4-yard line. Good play action fake. Well, how about that?
I guarantee you the Montreal defense did not game plan for this play.
You don't see this on the Ticat films very often.
No, you will not game plan, especially on short yardage, that Danny McManus will fake it. And Baron Miles, who had contained responsibility, was way inside on the running back. Danny McManus sneaks to the outside. You're going to see 31 Byron Miles from the outside come in there. Now watch how he gets pulled in play action. Danny McManus is going the opposite way.
He made it to the 2-yard line. Ticats have a couple of and only need one. Ronald Williams, 7th touchdown of the season. Pretty nice drive for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Danny Mack fooled them all to get down to the 2.
That's the big play. Danny McManus on the bootleg takes off running on a 3rd down gamble. I mean, that is a huge play. And if you remember, I'm going to jog your memory a little bit, back to the Grey Cup in BC, Danny McManus, a member of the BC Lions versus Baltimore, down about the 3-yard line, did the exact same play for a touchdown. Really was the turning point in that game and fooled everybody. You got to wait, you know, a couple of years before you do it again, though.
Yeah, I think it's not on recent tape of the Hamilton Tiger Cat offense. Nice drive, ends in a touchdown for the Tiger Cats. They're comfortably in control on Hall of Fame weekend in Hamilton. We're looking back on Hall of Fame weekend of the 1980 Grey Cup. Number 22, Tom Scott, makes one of the catches that put him in the Hall of Fame yesterday. Tom Scott at the Canadian Football Hall of Fame after 11 seasons for the Bombers. Real fame with the Edmonton Eskimos in that 5 Grey Cup run. He joins us now, another Hall of Famer. Congratulations. It must feel wonderful. We talked to you last night about that, and very emotional.
It sure does, John, and I'd like to thank all the players, coaches, and fans in Edmonton and Winnipeg for all their support to get me here.
Well, I got a question, though. the Edmonton Eskimos and the Calgary Stampeders. One of the few players to ever play on both in the cross-provincial rival there. How did that feel?
It was very difficult in '84 playing in the red uniform. But I should mention that Calgary fans welcomed me with open arms.
Tom, those Eskimo teams that went to the Grey Cup so many times and won 5 in a row. I mean, there were some wonderful, wonderful players, and it seems to me every time you bump into an old Eskimo from that era, it was the team that did so much for all of the careers, including Cutler's and yours.
Absolutely. It took everyone from the community, from equipment guys, all the way up to even Hugh Campbell had a little bit to do with it.
We'll watch a Montreal first down. Out at midfield, 12:09 to go. The Alouettes down 31-15. Seville at the controls with Ham in the dressing room. Second catch for Mike Soles, and he's very close to a first down. Tom Scott, 649 catches, 10,837 yards, 88 touchdowns. Not a bad run, Tom.
It took me 11 years to do it, but I'm fortunate. But again, it took great quarterbacks, great teams, great defenses, and a league that would allow me to play.
Excuse me, Tom, let me ask you about the quarterback situation. You played with one of the greatest in Warren Moon, Doug Flutie. We've all talked about him being one of the greatest. Who do you think is the greatest quarterback?
Well, I'm going to go with Warren, Tom Wilkinson, because we won 5 in a row.
So winning the championship's the difference.
I think the bottom, when it comes to it, it doesn't come always down to yards. How many championships can you win? And just like in the NFL with Joe Montana, he's got the most rings.
When you look back, it's the same. You always talk to players that are retired, and I feel the same way. It's the guys, isn't it? I ran into Danny Kepley downstairs, and I'm sure you've had a long talk with him.
It's amazing. I haven't been up here for 4 years, and just seeing Danny brought back right from the last day I played with him. It's the people that are in the service. It's the same thing. That camaraderie is the thing that I miss most about playing ball.
Second down and a whole bunch to go for the Alouettes. 2nd and 20. Montreal down by 16. Cavell fired it into the turf for Pringle. A marker is down, and so is the Montreal quarterback. Tommy, when you look back over all the years in Edmonton,
the pass was over the line of scrimmage.
And you think
there is no infraction.
the one moment in your career, one catch you made that made a difference, that you remember really well, like one catch, a clutch catch. I mean, 88 touchdowns, none behind Suter, I take it.
No. I'd have to probably go back to our 4th Grey Cup, which is the '81. Second half, we were down by 20 points. And I came up with a big second down and I think 14-yard catch that I think really typified what I did in being the clutch, go-to guy on second down. So that one stands out because from that point on, we built our momentum and came back and won that game.
Tommy, again, congratulations on your induction, a richly deserved honor, and enjoy what's left of this Hall of Fame weekend.
Wow, John, it's a pleasure to be back here and to watch a live game.
Congratulations. I'm just wondering when we're going to see more DBs in the hall. What's up with that? There's a few too many receivers up here.
And we know the reason for that, don't we, Scotty?
Congratulations. Way to go.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Markers are down on the return. We'll sort it out when we return to Ivor Wynne Stadium. Ticats on top, 31-15. They're headed for 6 in a row right here.